Thank you, ladies. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see everyone this morning. Beautiful morning. Let's see here. First thing I think I got on here, Mr. Boyer. I haven't asked you to tell us about the Scouts in a while. Would you mind doing that for us this morning? Hold on there, Miss Cordell's bringing you microphones. I've heard that before. That doesn't work. Now, there we go.
Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to have our awards ceremony on the 26th. And it's probably not on. Look and see if it's on. She might have turned it off.
Whoop.
Is it on now? See, you couldn't even tell the difference.
We won't
Anyway,
get into
we'll
that.
go back to it. The awards dinner and ceremony is going to be the 26th, and we should award over 100 merit badges from summer camp and some they've been working on at home here. There'll be a number of rank advancements. We have elected new senior patrol leader and officers. We do that every 6 months. We'll have an Eagle Scout Court of Honor on the 13th of September. And it will not be here. It'll be in Ocala, the First Christian Church. It's Crosby Roberts. And Crosby redid the Eagle Scout Service project that his father did 40 years ago. He put up 3 crosses at the First Christian Church and did some landscaping and built a retaining wall, 2 retaining walls, in fact. So that will be on the 13th, which is a Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the First Christian Church is right near the Old Forest High School, which is now MTI. We also have a board review on August 31st for another young man, Daniel Cutts, who's a very talented golfer. In fact, he's on the Trinity Catholic golf team, probably the top golfer there. And his project was to put an exercise track and different stations at Lake Weir Middle School. And I've told you the story before, but he needed about $6,000 or $8,000, and he's the altar server, it's called, at the Catholic Church. Good friend of the priest for a long time, and the priest told him he'd help him raise some money, let him speak at the masses. I think we need to bring him here. He thought he was going to have a couple $1,000 in collections. When he ended up the first day, he had $10,500, and ultimately raised about $14,000, which he, after he finished paying for all of the equipment and the track, he gave around, Henry was at $3,400 or $4,000 to Lake Weir Middle School to use as they saw fit. So it's exciting. David Vincent is chasing them around, trying to get them to finish the merit badges. They had partials on at summer camp, and he's being partially successful. So it's a good time. Everybody's having fun in the scout troop. We're having, I think it's 9 boys that will turn 18 this year. So we're transitioning into a younger troop. We probably have 5 new boys that are coming in from the Cub Scouts, and some just coming because their friends had a good time there. So the Scouts are doing well. We camped out over in the Scout building last weekend. If you'll notice over there, I told them I was going to go off if they'd mow the lawn. Went by yesterday, and 2 of the boys, Jonathan Bamberger and Matthew Green, had mowed the lawn again. Plus we had the trees trimmed, did mulching and everything, pressure washed the building. So it all looks good. Scouting is great.
While you're still there, speaking of trees, do appreciate the Buildings and Grounds Committee taking care of Ms. Boyer and the rest. I know it's an old friend we had there, but that old tree out there in the driveway probably was about ready to do something. So those fellows did a nice job. They were here for, 3 days, and
Yep.
They certainly did, finished it all up, and that was wonderful to get that done. And even get rid of that new limb we had on the ground over there.
I know. The main daddy of the tree trimming is Don Morris, and I'll let him tell you about it.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. No.
Sue, take your microphone back. We're moving on.
Okay. Well,
Thank you for your everything.
all right. Don is the one that set up the tree.
I know that. I said collectively, the Buildings and Grounds Committee. I understand. All right, moving on. Yes, Angela, where are you? Oh, there you are. Good. Well, why don't you tell the folks about how much money we collected for school supplies and what we did with all that?
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for their donations and their money. We raised $405 plus all the supplies that were donated. So Sarah Jane and I went to Walmart and we spent all the money and we accounted for every penny. We put it to good use. And then we loaded up 2 carloads between the church supplies that we had here and all the money that we spent, 2 full carloads all the way to the school, and I might add it in the pouring rain. But nothing got wet. It was all good. And they really appreciate it. The new principal called us the next day, Deborah, and she thanked you very much for all that we did for them. And, of course, the children will thank you, too, and we do, too. Thanks.
Thank you, Angela. Let's see, Linda, before you rest over there too much, why don't you tell these folks what they're going to get next week?
Okay, the directories are here and they're ready. Sarah Jane and I have stuffed 4,000 pages into 2,000 sheet protectors to make 100 directories. And we'll be passing them out at the back of the church next Sunday. We ask that you just take one per family, and I will be checking off your names so that there's no confusion down the road.
And I guess we talked this morning, if it turns out somebody doesn't already have a notebook, we'll be latching on to some, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where the spare ones are, but Sarah Jane and I'll figure it out. And if you don't have a blue notebook to put your sheet protectors into, let us know. We'll get you one.
Thank you, Linda. Let's see, I'm working my way systematically through this. Elaine, did you want to say something about crafts for next Saturday morning? Hold on, Linda's bringing you a microphone.
I couldn't find her from the back. Just that we'll be meeting Saturday morning, the second bottom floor of Douglas Hall at 9:30, and we'll be finishing a few projects and pricing and packing, and so that we can get some of the material out of the way. And if you have anything that you've made, any donations, we still have 2.5 months. But thank you for all your help so far.
Sue, we'll come up here to Miss McEwen. Interesting to see you on the front row there, young lady. I think you got a couple things to share with us.
I just want all the senior singles and anyone who would like to be a senior or a single or a couple. We're going to Sam St. John's on Wednesday night at 5 o'clock to participate in dinner, all of us together. Anyone who wants to join us is welcome to do so. Just need a number so I can tell them how many's coming.
Let's see. We got the coal potluck next. Maybe you ought to explain what that means.
And next Sunday, we're having our normal monthly potluck. This in August, it's been the tradition that we have a cold potluck, which means everything is cold. The meat's cold, the salads are cold, the desserts are cold. Anything that you want to bring, if you do happen to have something hot, we'll probably eat it anyway. But anyway, it's supposed to be a cold potluck.
Thank you, ma'am. Also looking ahead to next Sunday, the Village View Gospel Quartet will be with us next week. I hope that their lead singer, Ben, will be able to be with us. I've prayed for he and his wife. I'm not sure if I've really shared this with you, but she had cancer. She went into remission. She now is going back through chemo and now has cancer again. So their life's gotten turned upside down a little bit. So if we only have 3 in Franny, that's what we have, but I hope and pray we'll have everybody. Let's see. Before I ask for your prayer request, just to let you know, Chester Wingate, everything went well with him this week. Did have his gallbladder removed. He rested a couple days in the hospital. He's now moved on to rehab. And as Fran told me yesterday, he's still resting and recovering. So he's kind of asking if we just give him a chance here, just to give him a chance to rest. And I think he hopes to be back home by the end of the week. But everything went well, and he seems to be doing good. So, does anyone else have any prayer requests this morning? Let's see, Diana back there, I think, Sue.
Thank you for continuing prayers for my left cornea. My vision is still not clear, but it is getting a little bit better, and I hope to be able to have some good news about it a week from tomorrow. Thank you.
Good. Glad to hear that update there, Diana. Anyone else? Would you please stand up, Mr. Vincent, so we can see your smiling face? Thank you. Okay? Hey, I look out for my friends. Let's go.
A coworker, Louis Benedict, is having some medical concerns and issues, and he asked that we put him on his prayer list, or our prayer list for him.
Louis?
Louis, L-O-U-I-S.
So did I hear, I've got you down here on this list already. Or should I be praying for Sarah Jane? I understand you all are getting ready to go away or something?
Yes, we're going to take some time off. Thank you for your prayer.
I think I'll pray for both of you, along with the ones going with you. Okay? All right. Anybody else got their hand raised? Kenny? Linda, you got Kenny back there?
I'd like for y'all to keep my sister in your prayers, Michelle. She's going in tomorrow for heart catheter surgery, and she's had problems with her heart stopping on her and all. And she's quite a bit younger than I am, but just keep her in your prayers, her and her family. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Brian, do you have your hand up?
Sue and I want to thank you for all the prayers for Frank. They had the port was taken out, and he's doing much better. He's back to work almost full time now, so he's doing much better from cancer.
Wonderful. That's great to hear that, Brian. Thank you for sharing that with us. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share this morning? Miss Eleanor, good to see you this morning. I'm sure Betty's not going to get you in trouble up here, I know. Okay? All right, good to have you here. I've already got enough trouble. I don't need more. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this morning. Why don't you all rise to your feet and greet each other with the love and peace of Christ.